So, as you guys know, I'm going to college soon, and I needed to get a laptop for schooling, and I chose to get the HP 15G163NR, I believe the model name is, and it has 8 gigabytes of RAM, but there is a downside. It's single DIMM, so it's only clocked at 800 megahertz. So it's a little bit of a downside. Performance, it performs good. It's just you know, it's a little bit slower than you would think. But it's not that slow. It has a AMD A86410 APU, which clocks at about 2.0 gigahertz. Boosted up to 2.4, 4 cores, and it has 4 cores of GPU in it, or integrated graphics, if you would like to think of it like that way. It has a 1 terabyte 5400 RPM hard drive, so that's a good thing about it. 15.6 inch screen with 1366 by 768 resolution, and the battery life is about 4 or 5 hours, depending on what you're doing. You can get a good like 3.5 hours using the internet. If you're like listening to music or like typing something, like is what I'd be using, I'd be getting like 4.5 to 5 hours. So yeah, that's nice. The boot time is about 15 seconds starting now. It's fully charged for me, so you guys will be seeing the reflection of my video recording software by Logitech. It really is about 15 seconds. Let me just log in real quick. There, it's pretty fast to start up if you really need it at that moment. Like, you really need something to do. It's reliable in the sense that if you're not gonna go for gaming, it's perfectly fine for everything else. Like, you don't need this is as much as you need for like browser loading programs, using recording software even. It works pretty good, but I tried gaming on it because it was an APU and it was clocked at what I thought was a reasonable power to run like low-end gaming up to 60s, like minimal low-end gaming up to 60 frames. And I was actually disappointed. I was running Skyrim low-end settings about 30 frames, but jigging up and down between like 15 and 30. PlanetSide 2 runs like shit. I put that at the very minimum and I get like 5 frames at max. Older games like Gary's Mod and Fallout New Vegas or Fallout 3, stuff about that old, it works pretty fine with, from what I hear. I've seen YouTube videos. I have Fallout New Vegas, but I haven't tried it out, but I'm assuming it would be good. I have tried Guild Wars 2. I was playing on it last night, seeing how that ran. It's tolerable if you have like a mouse with you, because it runs in a city. It's about 10 frames, and that's barely playable. And outside, if you're in combat, it's between like 25 to 40. It goes all over the place, and that's with everything dumbed down and the texture to subsample. So it really isn't a gaming machine, even though I do have Steam on it right there. You guys can't see that because it's so bright. Let's get more to the basics. Keyboard, it's has a very nice affirmative, like you press it and you can feel it. You know it's pressed. What's the word I'm looking for? I'm not sure. Hopefully you guys know what I mean. Mouse pad, it's all glittery, glossy. It works. It's pretty good for the most part. There was something I had that I hated. is that if you're like typing and you're trying to move around, like you're trying to play a RuneScape or go to your music and type in something real quick, there will be a delay. And by delay, I mean if you type, you can't move your mouse at all until like a half a second later. I went into the options, and I actually found something for that. You go into Settings, PC, and Devices. Mouse and touchpad. Hopefully you guys don't hear that in the background. And then you go to touchpad, and to help prevent the cursor from accidentally moving while you type, change the delay before clicks work. I put to no delay, but doesn't work. It doesn't seem to respond in the way I'd want it. I restarted it many times and nothing ever worked, but overall it's pretty good for $330. That's $330 is the special price I got it at Staples for. It's only going for a week. It was between December 8th to the 14th. It was a 1-week sale thing. But the regular price is $490. But I am going into video editing, so I thought, I would need a computer with decent processing power. And this thing really does pretty bad with processing information, to be honest. But for some reason, it loads up programs like it's easily, like it's nothing. But gaming itself does just crap. And I was checking Amazon, and for shits and giggles, I saw a $500, I think it was a Lenovo laptop, $10 more. Keep that in mind. It had a GTX 820M and a Pentium processor. It was clocked at 2.166 to 2.7, I believe. 4 cores, quad core, I should say. I'm like, wow, $10 more. It's so much better. And everything else is the same, except it doesn't have a not a hard drive, disk drive. So that's a downside to some people, but to me, I'm just like, it's whatever. Yeah, this, where is it? I don't know. I thought it had a USB 3.0, but it has 3 USB 2.0s. This thing keeps really cool for the most part, unless you're like literally covering it up with like a blanket or some sort of fabric. It's not gonna heat up unless you're doing that. Like I was playing PlanetSide 2, Skyrim, and Guild Wars 2, and even though it was running at a shitty frame rate, and I had it on high powered or whatever the battery was, high performance, and it wasn't pumping out like any heat, and I'm like, wow, that's pretty it's pretty impressive for a laptop. So I'm glad it could stay cool in a really good way. Everything's really responsive, to be honest, but when you buy it initially, you're gonna have like McAfee on it, and to me and many other people, McAfee is just shit, and it's more of a virus than it is anti-virus. So, I just uninstalled that. I uninstalled everything I needed, like, what's the word? Microsoft applications for Windows 8, you know what I mean? Like, Snap this, Snapchat, Bing Bar, stuff like that. I'm like, it's worthless. I just want a computer, desktop, browser, WordPad, decent to good processing power, like low to mid range, like in between. I would thought this would be something like that. It's not, but it is still pretty good for what I'm using it for. So I'm not gonna complain. The only thing I would complain about is that it's complete shit compared to $10 more. Like, the difference is substantial. But for what I'm using it for, I don't mind. And when I get money, then I'll be getting something like a gaming laptop, I guess. Or I could just be getting a gaming PC. Who knows? But yeah, unfortunately this is not good for gaming. I would show you something right now. Here, actually, I will show you Guild Wars 2. I have it at, I actually have the resolution reduced to 1280 by 720 instead of 1366 by 768. The reason for being is a few frame rates means a lot to me right now when playing this game. I'd rather have 45 than 40, or I'd rather have 35 than 30, you know? And the difference is noticeable. And we will go on my main character on the Plains of Ashford. Yay! I don't have any screen recording software on this laptop as of yet, so I can't really show you anything. So much noise in the background. I apologize. Hopefully this loads quickly. What else should I say? Gosh. When you buy this, you get 25 gigabytes of lifetime cloud storage from box, but I'm assuming most laptops do that nowadays. Alright, I'm in now. I have it... Alright, no, I have it at native right now. Native 720. So, I'm getting... I don't know if you guys can see that. But, yeah, crap. This thing bend back more. So you can see my frame rate down there. Hopefully you guys can see that. It's going between like 25 to 30 right now, and I'm just open world right now. That's everything lowered except for render sampling, which is at native at the moment. I really wasn't hoping. I didn't expect like a powerhouse out of it. I really did not. I was hoping to run everything at 60 FPS, low settings, like minimal low settings. And for what it's worth, I'm glad that it does gaming, regardless. If it isn't great, like 25 to 30 in open world it's still playable, obviously. But like I said, if you're gonna do it for gaming, if you're gonna get a laptop for gaming, I really would not recommend that or anything by AMD so far. AMD compared to Intel, from what I've seen, is just shit. I would go for that $10 more one. You get an not AMD, GeForce 820M graphics processing chip, and that Pentium processor. I can't remember the exact name of it right now, but yeah. So that's just my video, or review, I should say, about the HP 15 G163NR. I will have a link below in the description for you guys to see the listing of it on Amazon and Staples. So if you're interested in that, by all means, look at it, check it out. I'll also have a link to the $10 more laptop, which is seemingly a lot better. People are running like Battlefield 4 medium at 30 frames per second. I'm like, what? For a laptop, that's crazy, in my opinion. But yeah, that's that. So I will see you guys in the next video. Peace all.